Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Nix and I hope you're doing really well. If you want to get straight into the content, the timestamp is here. But for anyone who still wants to listen to this before you get into the content, I just wanted to say thank you because I hit the milestone of 500 subscribers. I'm honestly so grateful for everyone who subscribed. The fact that this is resonating with you and helping you means everything. So thank you for being here. I also wanted to do something to show my gratitude. So I was thinking of maybe doing a mini Zoom session. Nothing crazy with maybe 7 or 10 people. So it is going to be first come, first serve. We can do Q&As. We can talk about success stories. We could just have chats. I can talk about my own personal stories as well. So yeah, let me know in the comments if that's something that you guys are interested in and I will make it happen. Again, thank you so much and let's get into the video. So I asked you guys to send me your questions and I will be answering them today. So let's get right into it. So the first one is, my husband keeps talking about war, watching the news and preparing for the worst. I don't think that way, but he's stressing himself out. How do I stop him from triggering me? Well, first of all, you need to realize that you're not changing anything on the outside. The only way that 3D triggers you is if you give it the power to trigger you. How do you do that? By reacting, by resisting, by fearing. Just let it be. If your husband is saying these things, just say, okay, that's interesting, and just let it pass. Don't attach any meaning to it. Don't get irritated by it. Don't get stressed out. Don't think that you have to do something or tell him something to make him believe that there's nothing to fear. Just let him be. You don't have to engage. You need to remember that you are peace. You are love. You are safe. And nothing that anybody says or anybody does or any circumstances that the 3D throws in your face can change that. You have to remain unmoved. Politics and the media is literally a game of emotional manipulation. The media literally makes you respond in certain ways because they are speaking to your emotional side. If you honestly didn't care, nothing that you saw on TV, nothing some freak said on the news would bother you, because you know that you're responsible for literally everything in your life. You are reality. So it doesn't matter what anybody says. People can keep talking shit. And how many times is the news telling you positive things, uplifting things? Rarely, and there's a reason for it. It's a game of numbers. It's a game of viewership, and society controls us by creating fear in our heads. Because most people don't question things. They just believe it at face value. Oh, I heard this on the news, so they must know what they're talking about. Do not get stressed. Do not let it bother you. Do not pay attention to it. Do not react to it. If you react to it, it repeats itself. You're going back into the old way of being, where you were triggered, you were annoyed, you were stressed, you were fearful. You are no longer being those things. You've chosen a new identity. And so you must operate how that new identity would operate. Remain unbothered. No matter what happens out in the world, no matter what people say on the news, no matter what some politician is saying or doing, my world is perfect. My reality is perfect. I'm always safe. I'm always taken care of. Your outside world is just a reflection of your inner state. So if you don't feed it fear, if you don't give it a reaction, it can't persist. All right, moving on. How do I shift to my new reality when my old life keeps dragging me down? My husband and I used to be great, but now our relationship feels like we're just roommates. I want to create a happy life, but his negativity makes me want to react. How do I stay in my new reality when I have to deal with him daily? Again, your reality is not outside of you. You are reality. Life is happening through you. It's not like there's a projector out here and you're in this corner and it's throwing life at you. It's the other way. You are the projector and the observer. You're literally projecting life out and then it's being reflected back to you and you're observing it. Without you, there is no reality. It's just infinite potential. You are being a new version of yourself. You can't be reacting to things in a way that your old version would be reacting to them. Because you can't be in two states at the same time. You can't be a master of two worlds. You're basically longing for better days. You need to embody the energy of love, of passion, of being in a great relationship right now. The new story you tell yourself has to be, my husband and I have a great marriage. We are extremely compatible. We're always jumping each other's bones. This is not a kid's channel, so I can say that. He's extremely loving. He's so passionate. We have great conversations. We love spending time together. You have to say these things. You have to completely immerse yourself in this new way of being. You have to be that which you want to become now. Reality is like a shadow. It doesn't change first. You shift first into your new way of being, and reality then follows you. But you need to become the new identity first. Okay, next. I want to be picked for a promotion at work. Others have gotten promoted even though they haven't been here as long as I have. Why, and how can I make it happen for me? I have talked about this before in an example, so I'm just going to repeat that example. Two people working the same exact job can have very different experiences. One person can be coming from a place of, I have to work twice as much as everybody else, I'm going to have to do overtime, I'm going to have to kiss people's asses to get a promotion, while someone else is just completely confident that nobody is better than them, nobody deserves the promotion more than them. Even if they do the bare minimum, they're going to get a promotion because they're the best. They're the only one for the job. And so they get the promotion. It doesn't matter if they've not been there as long. It doesn't matter if they're not doing nearly as much work as the other person. It's just their energy. They're embodying the version of themselves that deserves the promotion, that has already received the promotion because no one's better than them. No one's better at the job than them. And that's reflected back to them because that's who they're being. If you're wanting something, it means you don't have it. So you'll get more proof of not having it. You need to become it now. You need to embody having your desires now. Just because one thing doesn't go in your favor doesn't mean you give up. If fear comes up, let it. If doubts come up, let them. If someone tells you it's not going to work in your favor, okay, great, thanks. But internally, you tell yourself it's already done. I already have this. It doesn't matter if you believe it or not. You keep telling yourself that until automatically your mind repeats that story. Until you get to a point where if the fear came up, if the doubts came up, your mind would turn around and say, no, that's not how we're thinking anymore. It's already done. I already have it. You will get to that point, but you need to stick with a new story that it is done. I have my desire now. I already have the promotion. No one is better than me. I'm the best person for the job. No one deserves it as much as I do. There's no competition in my world because I'm the best. I'm on the pedestal. Say these things every day. Live as if it was already done. Your 3D doesn't have an option but to show you that, but you have to stick with it. If you start operating from the old way of being, then your 3D is just going to show you more of that. All right, moving on. I've manifested many things, but there's one thing I can't seem to get, and that is how to be a master manifester, and I feel stuck. I have a lot of resistance around it, and I feel pissed. Why? So first of all, I want to say congratulations on being a master manifester. The only reason you have resistance around it is because you're saying you have resistance around it because you are a master manifester. So good job. I've spoken about this a lot. Manifestation is not a technique. Manifestation is not something you have to do. It is something that you are. It is literally just being. But you're approaching this as there's something for you to do. Like if I become a surgeon, then I'll be able to do surgeries. But it's not like that. A master manifester is not a designation. It's literally who you are. It's how your brain works. It's how you create your entire reality. So instead of chasing it, like there's something you need to get, you need to start telling yourself, I am the power. I am a master manifester. Reality bends to my will because I'm the creator. I'm in control. I'm at the center of my reality. Your 3D is nothing but a reflection of your inner state. Whoever it is that you are being, whoever it is that you are identifying as, that is what you see in your 3D. I give this example all the time. The only reflection that you see in the mirror is of the object that is placed in front of it. If Mickey Mouse is not in front of the mirror, you're not going to see a reflection of Mickey Mouse. Your reality works in the same exact way. If you're telling yourself that something is difficult for you, you have resistance around manifesting or being a master manifester, you're going to see proof of that. You believe that you have resistance. And so you see resistance. You see things not working out. You see that whatever you've manifested thus far has been a hit or miss. It hasn't been a hit or miss. It's literally been your manifestation. The only reason it feels like a hit or miss is because that's what you're telling yourself. It's literally just you. Everything is just you. If you were not here, reality wouldn't exist. It would just be limitless potential, infinite potential, waiting to be observed. So again, become it to see it, but you will always have to be it first. All right, next. How do I manifest money when everything around me tells me it requires hard work? Because that's just programming. That's societal programming. Most of the thoughts and the beliefs that you have are not organic. They were passed on to you through other people, through TV, music, just everything out in the 3D. Everything is energy, and money is no different. Why do you think that there are people who can live off of trust funds, never have to work a day in their life? They have so much wealth just generating from investments, from assets, that they don't even have to think how and where money is going to come from. They just know they're always taken care of. Meanwhile, there are people who have multiple jobs just to make ends meet, who are working themselves into a grave. How would you explain that? Because it's not about chasing. It's about what your beliefs around money are. If you think it's hard to make money, you're gonna have to put in hard work to make money. If you think money loves you and it just follows you everywhere and it just flows into your life and falls into your lap out of nowhere, then that's gonna be your reality. And when you tell yourself, I'm wealthy, money flows to me with ease, I never have to chase money, you don't try and figure out how it's gonna come into your life. There's millions of ways how things can happen, but you can't perceive all of them. So just allow things to flow into your life in any which way, but remain unmoved. Remain the version of you who has everything that you want. Tell yourself, I never have to work hard for money. I have an abundance of wealth. I'm always taken care of. I always make rent on time. I always have enough left over. I have so much money in my savings. I have so many investments. Money is just falling into my life like rain in Seattle. Tell yourself these things and stop reacting to what is going on in your 3D. You don't have to change anything. You don't have to tell people, no, this is how it is. Fuck that. You don't need to convince anyone of anything. You just internally tell yourself the new story. If a doubt comes up or fear comes up, you deny it. I am taken care of. I am rich. I am powerful. Nothing is expensive because I can afford everything. My bank account is overflowing with money. You don't have to believe it. But every time a doubt comes up, negativity arises, you get faced with fear, internally, deny it, tell yourself the new story. And remain unmoved. Remember that you are consciousness. You are awareness. There's no world outside of you, no force against you, and no limitation binding you. You are infinite. And when you remember this and you stay in this knowing, everything you desire flows to you because it was never separate from you. You are everything, and everything is you. Okay, you guys, I hope you liked this video. I hope this answered your questions. If you do have more questions, leave them in the comments and I'll try to answer as many as I can. Or maybe I'll make another Q&A video in the future. But remember, no matter what it is that you desire, everything works in the same way. You need to become it and then you will see proof of it. But it's not about the 3D. It was never about the 3D. Once you see it in your mind, it is done. You are that thing now. You have that thing now. You are with that person now and it is done. Okay, I hope you guys have a great day and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.